Your refusal to join Nigeria's armed forces will haunt Southeast later. Soludo warns Igbo youth. I don't understand. Which Nigerian armed forces should they go and join? They should go and join armed forces. Make your children go and join now. Yeah, talk. Your refusal to join Nigerian armed forces will haunt Southeast later. Now by force. They should go and buy themselves because of what? Is it by force to join Nigerian armed forces? I don't get it. You go and join now, or you put your children inside. Governor Chukwuma Soludo of Anambra State on Thursday warned Igbo youths against their seeming reluctance to enlist in the Nigerian military and the police force, saying the attitude will come back to haunt the Southeast region in future. According to Soludo, the Southeast region cannot demand equity in a country where it has refused to participate in its governance and processes. Soludo spoke during the wreath-laying and parade ceremony of 2026 Armed Forces Remembrance Day celebration held at the Alex Ekweme Square in Awka, the state capital. The governor expressed worry over lack of interest of people of the state and Southeast in general towards enlisting into the Nigerian army and police force, urging the Igbo youth to enlist army in the armed forces of Nigeria. Soludo also called on those still in the bushes and forests in the guise of liberators to come out and embrace peace. The last recruitment exercise into the army and even police force in the Anambra had the lowest expression of interest in the country because Anambra people are businessmen and women. Why would they go and enlist in Nigeria army or be military and then start suffering? How much are they paying army? How much are they paying them? How are they being treated? Did they have weapons to fight with? They should go and join Nigerian military. You're a joker. I want to use this opportunity to call on our youth to enlist in the armed forces of Nigeria. This country belongs to all of us. We can't participate in it by avoiding it. We can't be full members, but at the same time, get out. This is one area where we are marginalizing ourselves. Nobody is marginalizing us. See you talk. If we refuse to enter the police armed forces, then in a few decades to come, we will turn around to complain that there are no officers of Anambra or Igbo extractions. We must participate as equal co-owners of Project Nigeria. I also seize this opportunity to call on our brothers and sisters who are still in the bushes and forests, so-called camps, claiming to be liberators, to come out and embrace peace. You are not liberating anybody, you are rather bandits, kidnappers and terrorists. Human beings don't live in the forest. That terror era is and must be over. We've extended olive branches to the remnants still remaining. Lay down your arms. We will assist you to be useful and productive citizens. But if you choose to be there, the battle line is drawn. He warned. Soludo further praised President Bola Tinubu for his renewed vigor in tackling terrorism and other forms of insecurity across the country. He expressed confidence that the linking terrorism would finally be dealt with and decisively conquered. How? With the increased commitment of the federal government. Make una just like giving herself. Expressing gratitude to the military and paramilitary for their courage, sacrifice, and selfless service, and those of fallen officers who laid down their lives in defense of the nation, Soludo assured them of increased support and cooperation. Lies. Increased support to call. In his words, he said, we are here today to remember not members of armed forces who died during the needless wars, but also those who, before and after the war, have paid the supreme price so Nigeria will remain united, peaceful, and prosperous. This is also a day set aside to say never again. A day set aside to remember the widows and widowers and to say their supreme sacrifices for our nation shall never be in vain. We remember members of armed forces who keep awake while we sleep, whose sense of patriotism goes far beyond the ordinary. We celebrate you and don't take your sacrifices for granted. We celebrate in particular those who serve in Anambra State for all your sacrifices, especially since my assumption of office. We've worked tirelessly to rescue 8 local government areas under the grip of criminal elements. This Christmas in particular, Anambra has what can be best described as a mass return. The state enjoyed a very peaceful Christmas. We also remember members of the Legion who had retired but not tired. Who are retired but not tired in the service of our motherland. While we celebrate our past, remember the future, we also have to think about the unfinished business. This is a moment to remind ourselves in the Southeast that the civil war has ended. That was 56 years ago, and our youth, especially in Anambra, must accept this truth. Among military officers present at the occasion were Commander 302 Artillery Regiment, General Support Onitsha, Colonel Mohammed Yakubu, Commissioner of Police CB Ike Otugo, alongside other state services chiefs and distinguished personalities. The event featured a moment of silence, intercessory prayers, gun salutes, laying of wreaths, and the unveiling and release of White Pigeon by the governor, the Commissioner of Police, Service Chief, and other dignitaries. The symbolic gestures represented collective gratitude, remembrance, and the nation's hope for lasting peace and harmony. Okay, maybe you have songs. I wrote them now. I believe by example. Do you get? Put your children inside the Nigerian army first. And let's see them. I beg. Koro says you are totally useless. Governor is useless. Okay now. At Stock also says, let your sons join first. Do you get? You have 2 sons. How many? Let them join the military first now. So that we'll know if we too want to join. Madra for FM says, I also read where Soludo say people who are the bush should come out and you will help them. Do you know that people who are not in the bush have been knocking and seeking for your help and nothing is done for them? What kind of hypocrisy leaders do we have in this country? Plenty. Plenty. Gentry says your son should lead us by joining the force. Exactly. Ikechuku said including your children. In fact, they should recruit his children first. So that Nigerians will be gingered at the head to go and join. But for now, I beg, let your son go and join. Ishak Davo says you are disappointed to your son, but never mind, let us join first. As Ishak says, useless governor, call your stupid son to join now. Listeners, don't forget to like, to share, to subscribe. Thank you for listening. See you some other time. Bye.